Behind the Shades.
And I'm wondering, is it possible when you experience that to, as you mentioned, when you say recalibrate, are we taking the old norm, which is how they're responded to something, and showing them a different path, aka a new norm? Is that how that would work?
For sure. Yeah. So that's why emotional awareness is so important, is because it's not so much, it's not just like, oh, obviously I'm stressed out right now because I'm like pulling my hair out. It's not just that, it's recognizing what, right? Like stress doesn't happen like that. It's like a series of events that happen and then you're triggered, right? And understanding all that, then you can start to, like if I like to, so heard this guy say once, he's like, if somebody, came into your, space or whatever, and every time they came, they were super negative and putting everybody down, like at some point you'd kind of brace yourself for when they came into your space, or maybe not even have them. And it's very similar to that. And so, you want to use things like breathing and meditation to begin to show your nervous system how to relax regardless of the situation. But if you don't know that you're being fired off, you can't. That's why emotional awareness is so important, is so you can see, oh, I'm firing off these things trigger me to do, whatever, have this experience. So then when you get that piece handled, like, oh, okay, this is how I do all the things I do, then you can come in with, breathing exercises and meditation and different thought patterns and disruption of specific thoughts, narratives that are going on in your mind. And then change can happen from there. And it does, it shows your body that it's okay to relax, much like you practice these same thoughts and experiences that release the same kind of chemistry in your body. You can practice different thoughts, which lead to different chemistry being released into your body and have a different experience, because that's the mind body connection, is your thoughts are creating chemistry. And if the outcome is that you don't feel good, then there's something going on with your thoughts that's creating that chemistry. You can just change your thoughts. I mean, I made that sound easy, but that's basically it, empowering yourself to say, no, I'm no longer going to default set to what my brain has decided. I'm going to actually take over my brain, because we can actually do that. Most people don't.
And as you're saying that, I know you're helping men, entrepreneurs, and business. And for someone who has a corporate job, it can be very stressful. So you're probably dealing with men who it's elevating in their day to day life. And when you get them to recognize that and to make the change, because of the type of clientele that you have, do you find that to be difficult at times?
Which part?
The part in helping them to not always experience fight, flight, or freeze because of the demands maybe of their job or even of their personal life.
Yeah, I mean, I think if that's all you know, or if that's most of what you know, it's going to be challenging. However, it always kind of starts with intellect first, like, because you can intellectually understand that, you're in a fight, flight, or freeze, but not be able to do anything about it because either you don't have the tools, or you recognize it too late and you're already triggered or whatever. And the reality is that emotional awareness is so key. It's so huge, that through intellect, I help them by telling stories, by of myself or others that I've heard of, or giving, like, I feel like often I say the same thing, but I say it in so many different ways. And then I can see just like where it just clicks. It's like, oh, they needed to hear it that way. Okay, cool. So here's how I, frame that for you. And so through the years of coaching, it, I use a lot of intuition. I just know stuff. And while I'm talking to them, I'm like, oh, they need to hear it this way, or they need to hear about this story, or whatever it is. Most of my client sessions, sometimes I feel like I'm kind of the vessel, if you know what I mean. Like I'm like saying the things, but I don't have it's not set that I'm going to say these things. There's curriculum that I do teach around all the stuff that we're talking about right now, taking personal responsibility, understanding how important your thoughts are, disruption of those things, what beliefs are, and how they are fundamental and how we see this world, and broadening the, what's possible through understanding beliefs. But, going through the healing process, that's very different than those specific things I'm teaching. It's like taking those specific things and actually putting them into action. And I find that if I can tell enough stories, they can hear it. You know what I mean? Like there's that moment where it clicks for you. Like you could give a friend a book and they're like, this book doesn't resonate with me at all. And you give another friend a book and go like, wow, like, oh my God, I get it now, and so
Your mind is just blown,
yeah, you're just
right?
like, wait, what just happened? Like all of a sudden things open up. And that's just, I feel like so honored that I get to be a part of that journey. Like really, it's so meaningful to show people that it is okay to enjoy your life every day, and that this life is absolutely beautiful and you are worthy of experiencing that. It is meaningful, and that they have value. Because that's the thing that most everybody learned from childhood was like, that they don't have value on some level, that they aren't worthy, that they're not good enough. Everybody learns that somehow in whatever way. Sometimes it's huge traumas and sometimes it's just little ways. But everybody learns that because that's what we're here to do, is heal and grow from that. And it's amazing. It's remarkable.